Hi, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my client Joya, Create Space Studios. I'm just blessed to work with some of the most ambitious and big-hearted entrepreneurs around anywhere, and she's definitely one of them. Before I do, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Anne Bennett Marketing, founder of Renegade Branding. I've been working in the field for about 10 years with creative entrepreneurs and people with big visions and big missions and purpose for themselves, their life, and their businesses. And my background is I was the first woman in the art department of Popular Mechanics magazine and the only woman ever to work at Vogue magazine, yes, I did say Vogue, in the art department with no fashion in her portfolio. So I was a designer, art director, designer at Vogue, and an assistant art director at Popular Mechanics, but I worked for many of the major magazines. It was a 25-year career in New York City, and I had a big, huge life there. But after 9/11, I quit working because everything fell apart, as it does during major tragedy, and decided to dedicate my life to helping entrepreneurs really dial in what makes them unique individuals and why people want to work with only them. And the way to do that is to really develop the sense of your value, the transformation that you cause other people, and how you can actually hone that into a brilliant brand. So I work with entrepreneurs, I teach them. I have 4 renegade archetypes: nurturer, disruptor, innovator, and geek. And from that beginning, from those humble beginnings, from those little beginnings, we go ahead and develop languaging, wording, expression visually, as well as how you show up, so that it totally aligns and people get a feeling about you on first glance. And that feeling is magnetizing or it's repelling, depending on who you are. And you get to work with your ideal clients and make a lot of moolah. So it's just that simple and easy. So back to my client Joya. She came to me, she had built a business, actually a 6-figure business as an artist, very brilliant in technology, understands the brain and how the brain works and all this kind of, she's got it going on, okay? She understands the science as well as the spiritual aspect of a completely full and satisfying life. So she's like, well, I'm not quite sure, what I should offer. I'm not quite sure, like, what I want to create in order to attract my perfect fit, my ideal client. Sorry. So I said, okay, so let's start. Where do we want them to go with you? Like, what is your high-end place you want them to go, your high-end offer, and what is a beginning path? So you have something called a client journey, a client pathway. Some people call it a profit pyramid. I kind of like to make things very personal. So there's a client pathway that your clients are going down as they're getting to know you. And, she was like, well, I don't know what I should offer. So I was like, well, let's make it really simple. Because maybe you're like this too. She had a lot of people asking her to do things. And she was like, yeah, I'm not ready. No, I'm not really sure, right? So I said, well, let's start with something super simple. Let's just do a gathering and a burn. Let's have people come and release and let go, because her whole thing was like, let go of your past, your stories, your history, and create out of an open clearing, out of an open space. And I'm like, okay, so let's every Christmas, I do this myself. I write the whole year, whatever happened. I burn it in the fireplace, and then I write what I want next year to be like, right? So it's an intentional thing. And people loved it. They came to this burn, and they did a whole ritual, and it was very meaningful for everybody. So she did that first step, and then she started asking them what they wanted to do next. So a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we're building stuff and we think, this is so brilliant. People need this. They need to do this. They need to do this. But the truth of it is people want to do certain things and they don't want to do other things. So you know this if you have kids, right? How do you get your kids to eat their string beans and their peas instead of ice cream? So it's a little bit like that with us as adults, right? Or whoever it is you're working with. So we started to hone in on her message and what she was actually talking about. And ultimately, she created Vibrators, which she made up her own word because we had a whole language that we developed for her. So it was easy for her to really express and make offers from a very authentic place. I think a lot of times we forget when we go into entrepreneurship, all of a sudden sales or offers or things that we're asked to do, we don't understand how simple and easy it is because we've been doing it our entire lives. So for her, it was really about rethinking, kind of restructuring and rethinking the offers and really just getting clear about, I could ask people to do that. I could start with something in a lower ticket under $500 or even free, just to give people something, and then move them into the next offer and move them into the next offer and move them into the next offer, all the way to the high ticket offer. So for some of you, you want to just go straight to the high ticket offer, which is great, but there's all these steps in getting to know you, offers, standing in your own power, having your messaging align with exactly who you're offering it to and what the outcome is, all these steps along the way. So I hope that's helpful. I'm going to give you my Renegade archetypes, and you can get that below. Remember, it's smart to fit in, but it's brilliant and profitable to stand out.